Hi everybody, this is Minute Tactics here. Today I'm going to be discussing this new game that came out. It's called Land of Arielia. Land of Arielia. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to pronounce the name, but this is a new RPG that's come out for Android and iOS over the last couple weeks. It's been really popular. It's gotten like over 100,000 downloads on Google Play. I'm sure it's about the same on Apple. Today I'm going to go through the game. I'm going to give you my first impressions. I'm going to talk about sort of systems in the game. So if you haven't played it and you're looking to see if this is worth your time, hopefully I can answer that for you. Or if you have played and you're not sure what it looks like going forward, let's say you just started the tutorial, you're not really sure what you're looking for, I hope I can give you some information on that through this video. Now let me sort of start with what kind of game this is, because this is actually an idle RPG. This is not as much of an MMO. I know like the marketing sort of made it out to me this was going to be an MMO. This is pretty much your average idle game, just with a different backdrop, 3D characters, and some MMO typical features, right? You have your dungeons, you have your world bosses, you have your group bosses, but that's about it when it comes to the MMO features. This is also an auto battler, so if you hate games that auto battle, this is not going to be the game for you. Some people really like this because you get to focus on managing your character and building a roster and all this stuff. You don't really have to play, you don't have to be good at the game necessarily, but if you were looking for movement, you know, you're looking for really customizing your skills, working on your character, this is not the game for you. Now I'm going to give you my first impressions of the game. Visuals and art style are really good. I'm going to give these a positive. I think the game looks really nice. I think it's fun to play. The stats effects are really cool. You can see your ability effects. I mean, even my character on screen right now, you can kind of see like, this looks really cool. I like the look of the characters. You even get to customize your character at the start of the game a little bit, which doesn't really affect gameplay in any meaningful way, but it's like, cool. You know, they didn't have to do that. I'm going to give some negatives. The first negative I have is that the UI is ridiculous. This is so cluttered. What a waste of menu options just across the board. There's so much wasted stuff here. There is at least 70 menu options, if I had to guess, on screen. Most of these options you go into and they have another 12 or 15 options behind it. And I don't know if they necessarily needed all these options, but it is overwhelming. You're going to be playing the game in the first 60 minutes, and throughout the game, you're going to be fighting more characters and fighting more players and all this stuff, right? And you're not even going to be focused on the game. You can't even focus on your character or the bosses because you're so busy focused on menus and more red dots, clicking the red dots because you want to clear the red dot, right? I get stressed not having all the red dots cleared, but at some point with this game, you're going to have to accept like there's always another red dot to click. You're going to be so focused in menus, there's just nothing else to do in the game. So that's a huge negative for me. Second negative, this game is clearly pay to win. So something in the marketing I've seen is that they're pushing that you get VIP 10 for free. This is true. You do get VIP 10 for free. But first off, there's a VIP system. I hate that. And then second off, there's an SVIP system after the VIP system, and you do pretty much have to pay for this. This is ridiculous. Look at this. I don't know how much it costs to get to VIP 8, but I mean, come on, like these are crazy. You're going to see that you get limited attempts on all these, and these are pretty much essential for leveling your character. This is pay to win. So if you expect to be top on your server free to play, give up. You're not going to be top on your server. A couple other downsides. Voice acting is terrible. I would like the English voice acting sounds like they recorded it in a tin can. I not a feature that I really care for, but I almost turned it off because it was really bad. Other feature that is not really here is story. If you're really into story mode stuff, there's not really a lot here for you. I would not rely on this game for a good story experience. Let's talk about core gameplay loop. So core gameplay loop, you are going to level your character. You're going to finish a boss stage, and then you're going to level your character, and then finish another boss stage. That's the gameplay. You're going to repeat until you can't level your character anymore, and you have to wait until the next day to do dungeons and stuff. There are dungeons in the game, so you do need to collect specific items sometimes. You have these endless towers, you have single-player dungeons, multiplayer dungeons where you can do EXP to level your character up. These are all going to help you get combat power for the game. They also have server and cross-server demon lords. This is the closest it's going to get to your typical MMO. There's like a boss rush mode where you just go and fight bosses repeatedly that I've seen in other MMO games, but really, again, you're just doing anything you can to level your power, repeat. That's going to be all you're up to. Next thing to talk about is how you level your character, because obviously it's like, how does it work? There are way too many systems in the game. And in fact, I should have brought this up. I don't know why I didn't bring this up earlier in my first impressions. The game has too many, like there's like 15 or 20 progression systems here all at once. And the red dot just sort of influences everything. So you don't think about what you're doing most of the time, but it is exhausting. You have promotion right here. So you can go ahead and promote your character. These are time gated typically, but you can level these up, right? And you get pretty big stat buffs on your whole character. Then you have character, right? You can go here, you have all your armor. You have to collect armor from the boss raids that I was showing you earlier. You keep doing this, combine old armor, put it in here, repeat. You have a training field here where you basically add small stat buffs by collecting these silver leaves. You get these just by playing the game. Crafting lets you enhance all your stuff. You can smell, repeat. This is the whole gameplay when it comes down to it. This is what you're going to be doing 90% of the time. That's about it. You do get a Dragonborn. So this is a skill you get on your character. You get a spirit. I have a seal right now and a mount. But the thing to keep in mind with all of these, right, is you can transmog them. And if you get a dreamy quality, which I don't know how they're going to dish out, but it seems like through events right now, this is just a straight stat buff. This is, I mean, let's be real. They're going to make you pay for all this. Most likely. I don't think they're going to be giving this stuff out. This is just going to be a straight boost to your combat power. You can get some of these right now through either beginner packs or through gacha systems. I'll show you the gacha system in just a moment. But core what I'm getting at here is, you know, you got to rely on the game giving you good items to level up. And if somebody gets those items, they basically just get a pure power upgrade. There is a skills system, you can upgrade those. And then there's a mirror spirit system. You can kind of go through here. You collect these items or these characters right here. Get exclusive weapons. And again, these are just straight stat boosts. There's no way around it. If you go up here, this is going to be the gacha system, the main one for the game. There is a one that does regular items. I believe there will be more gacha systems in the future. I just haven't got to them yet. But from this, you draw and you can pull rare items like this. I have actually already pulled some of these SSSR items, so they're not as rare as you'd think. But the system's there if you want to use it. Let's talk about the idle mechanics. So every level or every boss you beat, you get more EXP per day. So you can kind of take a look. If I challenge, I don't know if they show you on here how much I earn. Take a look. I get 2.18 million XP per hour. And every time you beat a new stage, you're going to get more EXP, more rewards. So trying to get through as many as possible is a good idea. Honestly, this is really boring for gameplay. Just doing this alone. The rest of the game is kind of fun if you mix it up. I would just stick this on auto clear if I were you and just let it go in the background and come back, upgrade every 20 minutes, repeat. This is not something you need to be focused on repeatedly. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for your time today. This is my first time doing a commentary video with a voiceover, so if you have any critiques, I didn't answer your questions, I didn't hit the point you wanted to, or anything else you have, please leave a comment. I'd love to read all the comments. You can also check out my channel. I have mostly gift code videos right now, but I do play a lot of mobile MMORPGs. So if you are interested in looking at some of the other games, feel free to go there. And additionally, I also have a website. If you go to minutetactics.com, it's a database of like good number of games with all their gift codes. People get to vote on whether the codes work. So you can quickly see whether the community thinks the code works or not. It's been really successful as a website over time, so I'd love you to go check that out if you'd like to get all the gift codes. And we got Land of Arielia on there as well. Other than that, feel free to subscribe and like if I helped you out. Have a good rest of you guys'